everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're going to be doing something flowery, very spring-like, and I'm going to be using some nice spring colours. I do actually have some news. Obviously I disappeared from YouTube for a while and didn't actually give out any explanation or anything. I just disappeared, and I did say when I came back a couple of weeks ago that I wasn't well. I didn't go into too much detail about why or what was wrong or anything, just because at the time I couldn't really. But basically I'm pregnant. So that's what's been going on. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, then you would have already seen, because it is literally everywhere now. Like, it's not a secret anywhere, so it's common knowledge if you do follow me on there. But obviously if you don't, you only follow me on here, then you won't know, because I haven't said anything on here yet. Today is the, I don't know what the date is, but whatever day this video goes up is the day I'm actually filming it. It's Monday. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the date. Monday the 11th of March, and I am 15 weeks today. So I thought in this video, this will give a bit of context, that we do a blue and pink set, just because they are very springy colours anyway, because they're the nice lighter colours, and also because I don't know whether I'm going to have a boy or a girl, so I just thought it'd be exciting to do a mixture of the two. I'm not 100% sure what I'm actually going to do yet. I haven't really figured that out. All I just know is that I want something floral, floral, however you say it. I don't actually know which is the right or wrong way. And yeah, that's all I know that I want to do, basically. I haven't even figured out what base colour I'm going to use. I was going to do white, because I want to put some like leaves in there, like vines and stuff, with black. I'm thinking like those 5 dotted flower sort of things, in both the colours, and then some black leaves and stuff like that surrounding. I don't really know yet though. I haven't 100% made up my mind. I might just go off with it and see where we end up when it gets to it, basically. I'm thinking I want a bit of foil as the background, because I know that I've got a nice pale blue and pale pink. Pretty sure they're both from Sparkle Supplies. Let me just find them first. Okay, I've actually decided to go with white foil. I'm sorry if you see my dressing gown sleeves in this video, by the way, and if you can hear that hum in the background. I have got the heater on in here and my dressing gown on because I'm freezing. I haven't been working in here all day today. Well, I have this morning, but I haven't been in here for a few hours, so it's got really cold. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going in with the white. I don't know how many nails to do because I want to make it even, so I'm thinking I might do 4 nails, then I can have 2 pink and 2 blue. In fact, I might just do that anyway, so I can have 1 plain blue, 1 plain pink, and then have 1 of each with the foil on, with the nail art on, if that makes sense. I know it would make more sense to do 5 because that's like a full hand, but it's fine. Okay, so I won't paint all of the coats on camera because it's very boring. I will do 1 coat of the pink on one, and then 1 coat of the blue, and then I'll do the other 2 nails in the second coat off camera. So the pink I'm going to be using is this one, out of the Gel Box UK boxes, that's what I'm trying to say. And this is Cotton Candy. It's a nice light pink. Honestly, it doesn't matter how many times I clean off the nail, there's always a hair somewhere, or a bit of dust, or just something trying to sabotage me. So that's 1 coat of the pink. These gels are always amazing coverage. I say it in every video that I use them in, which is quite a lot now because I have a lot of these in my collection, but they're just brilliant. I've got a new lamp and it's censored, so I need to put it on the, I call it the go forever mode, because it goes up to like 150 seconds. So that's 1 coat of the one on the pink. And the blue that I'm using is Bubblegum Daiquiri. I think I might have used this in my last video. Not my last video. The last video where I used the light blue. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember now. But it's a beautiful colour. I absolutely love this blue. I do get very, very happy when anyone asks for it. To be honest, spring used to be like my most disliked time of year. Just depending on which brands I've used over the years. Like, some of their pastel colours are really wishy-washy and just not very good coverage at all, which made doing spring nails for me really miserable. And I used to hate it when people asked for anything pastel, because I used to think, oh, I'm going to be here forever now doing 4 coats of every colour, and it's still going to look a bit naff at the end. But I don't have that problem anymore because I've got lots of colours now, spring colours, that are amazing coverage, so that is good. Makes this time of year a lot less stressful. I mean, I say that, it's not spring yet, obviously, I know that, but it'll soon be here. Time is flying, especially for me. The past so many weeks have just disappeared. Just in case anyone wants any information on my pregnancy and stuff, I found out on Christmas Eve, on the very evening of Christmas Eve, like just as we're about to go to bed. I had a really strange day all day. I felt really emotional. And I usually drink on Christmas Eve, but I just was off it, and it was just a really odd day for me. Didn't even cross my mind that it could be that I was pregnant. We were trying, but only for a couple of weeks by then, so I was like, no, it's not going to be that in a few weeks. Like, it can take years. I'd convinced myself that we'd got like 6 months at least before we had to even think about the fact that we were going to have a child, even though we decided that it was time, sort of thing. But yeah, it just happened really, really quick for us. We found out, like I said, on the evening of Christmas Eve, because I just happened to go in my sock drawer to get out some socks for the next morning, ready for us to visit family on Christmas Day, and that is where my stash of pregnancy tests were. And I just thought, do you know what, let's just rule it out. I'm going to do one just to see, and it was positive. So that's how I found out. And at the time I was only like 3 weeks and 4 days or something like that. Well, it turns out I ended up actually a bit more in front than I thought, but at the time I was around 3 weeks 4 days. So it was yeah, it was a shock, but not a shock at the same time, if that makes any sense. It was a shock how quick it came around. I did forget that I wasn't actually going to be filming all this, so let me just do the second coat off camera. So I've just done the second coats for everything. I'm going to do a coat of the Sparkle Supplies UK foil transfer gel now on them all, just for 30 seconds, because I do 30 seconds and then put the foil on and then pop it in for another 30 to make sure it's fully cured. But I find, for me personally, it works best tackiness wise when it's half cured. So you need to just have a mess around with it yourself as well to make sure that you're getting it how it works best for you. But yeah, long story short, the pregnancy, I had an early scan at 8 weeks because waiting for the 12-weeker seemed to go on forever. So just to put our minds at ease, everything was okay. We had a scan at 8 weeks and a few days, and I was measuring it dead on 8 weeks 3 days, which was what I thought I was at the time. But then let me just reset the time to 30 seconds. But then we went to the 12-week scan where we thought we were 12 weeks and 3 days at the time, and she said we were dead on 13 weeks measuring. So I went from being due on the 6th of September to being due on the 2nd of September, which is my birthday. So that was really odd how that happened and worked out. But yeah, that's the story. If there's anything else you'd like to know that I've missed that I can't think of off the top of my head, because baby brain is definitely a real thing, do let me know and I will give you the details. Right, we're going in with the foil now. I'm only putting this foil gel on one blue nail and one pink, and notice how I didn't take the off the back, not the back, I didn't take the tacky layer off the top of the gel either, because I don't want full coverage application with the foil. If I wanted full coverage, I'd take the tacky layer off my gel colour, because I wouldn't want it to interfere. Just put on 30 seconds. I wouldn't want it to interfere, like if your inhibition layer mixes in with your foil gel, sometimes it won't cure properly, because your inhibition layer might be a bit too slimy. So if it mixes together, wherever your inhibition layer is, like mixed with your foil gel, it's not going to stick. But because I don't want this to be completely perfect coverage all over, and I want it to be patchy, it doesn't matter. Let's zoom in a bit more. Why is it so far away? So I'm just going to go in like this and just dab it on entirely random. Just want some white patches. Really light hand so you can still see the pink. Just the patchy effect. I love white foil. I think it's so effective. especially if you're doing gel, not gel, well, yeah, I suppose it is gel, but especially if you're doing a design on top. It's really cool. Obviously it's going to show off a little bit more on the blue because it's a different colour, but it's fine. And then we're going to pop this back in the lamp for 30 seconds to make sure that the foil gel is completely cured. We only half cured it. I'm just going to set that for 30. And then we've got these two nails, which I'm not sure whether to leave them completely plain or pop like a shimmer on top or something, just so they're not completely boring. You can see what I've got in my drawers of colours. See if there's anything that I think would go well. I think I'm going to leave them as they are because I don't want to do like a bit of overkill and end up regretting it. So I'm just going to pop these, I'm going to pop some top coat on these, then put them in the lamp, and then we can start actually designing those other two nails. Now, to make it easier for myself to paint on these, I am actually going to top coat the ones with the foil on as well, just because it makes a nice even surface then. To be honest, I probably wouldn't bother doing this if I'd done a full coverage foil nail, because obviously it would all be very smooth because the foil would be everywhere, but because I've done it patchy, I don't want what I want to be neat lines and dots and stuff to like show dips and spread out and stuff like that. So we're just going to pop a top coat on, and then I'd usually buff it if it was on a client to make sure that the top coat and art that I put on top of when on white top coat stick, but because it's not a client and buffing these tips is a nightmare when they're on the display things, I'm not going to do that, but just bear in mind that that is what I'd do if it was a client. So on my palette, I'm just going to pop some of the blue, some of the pink, and some of the black. So the black that I'm using is Clicks, and that is also from the gel box bottles. The gel box bottles, why do I keep saying that? The gel box boxes. I've already said the word in the sentence and I still can't remember to say it again. I absolutely love these colours, honestly. They're so creamy and just amazing coverage. I love them all. I haven't come across one yet that I've thought, oh, that's not very good. So that's good going. Right, them two are now ready to decorate. So this is what they look like now. Very, very pretty. You can actually get different types of white foil gel, white foil. The only problem is you can't really tell the difference between them unless you actually buy them. And if you get the one you didn't want, it's not ideal. I do have one of each. You can always tell by the backing. If the backing of the foil is metallic, then it's going to be like bright white foil. If the backing is white, like the one that I've got, like it's just white either side, you're going to get this nice like subtle white sort of thing, which is going to be a bit see-through, which is obviously good if you want it like that for how I wanted it with these, but if you don't want it to be like that, you need to make sure you get the right one, which like I said is difficult, but it's worth having one of each anyway, which I do. So I'm now going to go in with, I'm going to use the pink on the blue one and then the blue on the pink so it shows up better. My dog is currently dragging her bed around the room as usual, just to get my attention, because she is like having a small child. So I'm going to go in with, I'm going to use a liner brush first, just to get my first, this is the one I'm using. I'm just going to use that to do my first line, to be able to do my leaves off, my leaves and my flower, oh gosh I've dropped it, to be able to do my leaves and my flowers off it. Just realised I don't have my apron on, which is annoying, because I usually wipe my brushes on my apron, which is obviously not very professional, but there you go, it's a habit I suppose. So I'm just making sure it's nice and clean. I left a bit of gel in it last time I used it to make sure it was all good to go this time. So I'm just, when I load my brush with polish for this, I'm just really loading it up and making sure it's in between like every bristle, splaying the bristles like that, getting it in between and then just twisting, and then twist off all the excess basically. I do want the lines to be quite thick, which is why I'm using a thick one. Obviously if I wanted them to be thin, then a thinner one would make more sense, but you can always just put less pressure on as well. So I'm just going to go straight in and create my line. I'm not pushing down very hard first of all, because I want to make sure that I just get it how I want it, and then I can go in with a bit more pressure. like so. So that's that. I'm not going to do anything more with that now. I'm going to leave that as it is, and I'm going to get a dotting tool. I'm going to go in with the dots for the flower. Just cleaning off my dotter to make sure it's not got any residue of any other colour on it. And then I'm going to go straight in with my blue and do some of those flowers. Don't want to overload it with flowers because I do want to do some black leaves as well. So I'm probably going to do maybe 3, one this side and then one further down here. I'm not touching the dots together, but I am going to drag them into the centre in a second. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm going to get a different brush just so I don't have to take that black off that one because I'm going to need it again in a sec. I'm just going to clean it off. I'm going to pop a bit of the blue on the very tip of my brush. And then I'm just going to drag those dots into the centre. I'm just popping the tip of my brush in the middle of the dot, splaying my bristles and then pulling inwards. Like so. Oh, this one has come together a bit too much, but it's fine. No, it's not fine, that is terrible. We're going to get rid of that one. So to get rid of it, I'm just going to get a different brush, my clean up brush. Make sure it's nice and clean because a dirty clean up brush is pretty pointless. And then I'm just going to very quickly just wipe it away like so. I'm going to do the same with this one. The middle isn't 100% important because we are going to be putting a dot in the middle anyway to join it all together, so it's not too much of an issue. So I'm just going to do that third one again because that first time was terrible effort. I'll do the next nail sped up because I know how long this video is going on for. That's better. And then I'm going to pop that on there again, splay my bristles in the middle of the dot. By splay them I mean just put pressure on, basically just push down so your bristle hair, your hairs on your brush just spread, basically is what I mean. Okay, and then once I'm happy, which always takes longer than necessary because I am really annoying, like that, I'm then going to get my brush with the black back and then I'm going to do some leaves. So first things first, this isn't actually the brush that I usually do leaves with, so I don't know how I'm actually going to manage it because I'm definitely a creature of habit, that is for sure. I'll do. Should have done it a little bit wider, but I'm not worried. I'll just get the outside of it done and then fill in the middle bit, basically. Don't want to go too close to that flower because obviously it's still wet. And I'm going to do a bigger one on the end. Perfect. Do one up here. The more pressure you put on the brush, the thicker line you're going to get, basically. So it is actually possible to get a relatively thin line with a thick brush and vice versa. You just got to pay real attention to your pressure. So I'm just going to then get my brush and just link those leaves up to the stem. feel like I should link the flowers up as well, but I'm a bit nervous of that because they're wet, but I'm just going to do it and hope for the best. There we go, that's cute. I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to pop it in the lamp for a full cure while I do the other nail. I'm not even going to bother doing it on camera, to be honest with you, because it's just going to make this video ridiculously long, and that is not what my intention was. It's already 20 minutes long, so you've seen me do one. Let me just quickly do this one, and then we'll finish off the other one together. Okay, last finishing touches. I'm just going to use a silver to do the dot in the middle. In fact, I'm going to use this one, which is called Glitter Slippers, and it's like a neutral silver. It's really hard to explain. Look, it's not silver, but it's not gold or rose gold or anything else either, so I don't ever know how to describe that one, but it is lovely and it goes with everything, so we'll use that. It's not quite as harsh as silver, so let's just, I'll show you the blue one in a minute. It's just in the lamp curing. I'm going to finish it off by popping those dots in the middle because they just bring it all together, like so. Very cute. I do wish on this one that I'd done two bigger leaves there, then maybe one bigger leaf down here. Obviously it's all hindsight, I didn't know what I was really doing until I did it. That is what I'd have gone for if I do it again, so that's just a learning curve. It's all good. So this is the blue one. Let's just pop the dots in the middle of this. I actually love how the blue one turned out, mainly just because, like I said, like I did less petals, less leaves but bigger. I think that was the best way to do it. Should have done that with both of them, but never mind. So I'm just going to wait for those to cure. I will top coat them quickly off camera so it's not boring, and then I will show you all 4 of them put together when they're done. So this is how they turned out. I absolutely love them. I think they're really pretty. Very cute for spring. And obviously we've got the girl and / boy theme as well. Yeah, I'm excited to do my actual gender reveal nails because I'm going to know the gender. So I might just do my nails and just see if anyone actually notices. I mean, these are not my gender reveal nails, by the way, these blue ones. I am definitely not aware of which one it is yet, but just look, how cute are those? I definitely prefer this one, but not because of the colours are opposites or anything. I think this one would look really good if it was the same as that one. I should have done it like that, but we live and learn. I'm very, very happy with how they turned out. There's a bit of a hair up there, but I can't be bothered to get it. Oh, yes I can. Because it's bugging me. There you go, got it. No, I haven't. I've just moved it further up, haven't I? There we go. Now I've got it. It always looks like I've got it in front of me, and then when I look at the camera, it's still there. But yeah, let me know what you think of these nails and which one you prefer out of these two. I definitely prefer this one. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back very soon with the next one. Bye.